Well, Sheila, as you
Alrighty.
know, I live in Richmond Hill. I'm glad I don't live in Richmond without the hill in British Columbia because I cannot imagine what these homeowners are going through. Working decades to pay off your house and then being informed by the city, you know what, due to the court, you might not actually have title to your homes. Sheila, this is unbelievable, this story.
Yeah, Dorea's been really covering it as well as she's been covering the ostrich farm story. So the city of Richmond, actually, Mayor Malcolm Brody sent a warning letter to residents about the BC Supreme Court decision. But of course, city councilors say, when specifically Cash Heed says the move is premature with an appeal underway. Well, so what? So the homeowners are supposed to just live in sort of the gray area while they wait on someone to tell them what's going on. At least keep them updated. Their property value just could be absolutely neutralized. So Drea obtained a full letter, and it was hand delivered to Richmond residents, signed by Mayor Brody, warning that private land is now at risk. 40% of the claimed lands have already been declared Aboriginal title by the Supreme Court. And she notes that the decision's currently on appeal by all parties. But that includes private homes, roads, and submerged riverfront land. If we can show the green zone here, the entire green zone, it's in the second part of her tweet. If we can bring that up. The entire green zone is under claim on appeal as the Cowichan tribe seek to expand Aboriginal title to that full area. Landowners got no notice at any point until it was too late, and they get no say. So this is why people should be wary of land acknowledgements, because this is where it leads.
Great point. And I can tell you, Sheila, if this virus spreads across our dominion, if this ever comes to my neck of the woods, given that Lady Menzoid and I have worked our asses off for 40 years, as have so many other Canadians, to get a piece of the Canadian promise, as Pierre Poilievre calls home ownership, only to have it being taken away like this. I know where my next home is going to be. It's one of two places, in prison or in the morgue, because I will not be going willingly. Not a damn chance.
On the flip side, I hope this happens to Ottawa, because those people love their land acknowledgements.
Yep.
And, they're constantly saying this is on the traditional lands of, the Anishinaabe or any other band. And I just think, okay, perfect, have it. It's all yours, buddy. Yep. Take her away. We don't want it. But imagine being a homeowner now thinking about selling your home to retire to Florida, maybe. Or, this is the West, so let's say you're selling your home to retire to Vancouver Island, and this is coming to Vancouver Island, don't kid yourself. Or you're selling your home to retire to Scottsdale. Who's going to buy your house?
Oh, Sheila.
What bank is going to give a mortgage on that property, even if you do find somebody who's crazy enough to buy your house? What bank is going to finance that?
Yeah. Pending a Supreme Court overturn of this ludicrous judgment, you're absolutely right. You have a stranded asset now. You can't sell it. And like you said, what bank is going to get into the business of financing homes in this area? This is crazy.
There's a lot of work and preparation that has to go into getting them ready for the job market. It's not just about hammering out a resume, it's about making sure that they have the adequate supports. Some people don't often realize some of the struggles that some of these people go through. Not only are they connected to the work, but they're also connected to our whole mission and what we do as an organization.
Your single largest investment vehicle is your house. For a lot of people, it's their retirement vehicle. You accumulate the asset, you liquidate the asset, you go somewhere cheaper and live off the money. That's a lot of people's retirement plan. That's not my retirement plan. I just get to move into a smaller house on my farm, watch the kids take the place over. But this just nukes all of that for a lot of people. By the way, this is a heavily Chinese area. And they vote overwhelmingly conservative in that area. And there's going to be a lot of angry people. And again, this is why those land acknowledgements are not meaningless. You have to stop.
It is. And by the way, for our Natives brothers and sisters, Sheila, who see through this hypocrisy of land
many.
acknowledgements, why don't we, I don't know, put our effort and money into something really tangible, like those 30 plus reserves that are still under a boil water advisory? Why don't we get them clean water instead of doing these nonsensical land acknowledgements? But you're right. If I'm a lawyer for any of these Native activists that are going after this, I'm going to use, for lack of a better term, the white man's words against them. You keep acknowledging that you're on unceded Native territory. Well, guess what? We're here to take it back. So you're absolutely right. This is these woke phrases are now fraught with danger, I think.
Yeah, just so you know, and I'm just going to dig down on the data, but drinking water, these are just the short-term ones, because some of these boil water advisories are going on 30 years in some of these places. Yeah. But as of, yesterday, there are 37 short-term drinking water advisories in place on First Nations communities south of 60. So that's the 60th parallel. That doesn't count like the Yukon, Northwest Territories, Nunavut. That number doesn't count those in British Columbia. You have to contact the First Nations Health Authority directly about there. So there are other things that activists could be doing to make their communities better rather than stealing the property of other people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Anyways, they give advice to run the drinking water until it's ice cold. What is, my goodness. Anyways, drug use rampant on reserve, gangs rampant on reserve, lots of things we could be doing to make life better for our fellow Canadians who live on reserve. Let's start there.
My only issue, Sheila, is do you implicitly trust the Supreme Court of Canada to get it right? I mean, when you have a Justice, Sheila Martin, saying, oh, yeah, don't use the word woman, use person with a vagina. That kind of makes me a little queasy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? That's another thing. In the new country, as Lisa and I always love to muse, in the new country, maybe we'll elect our justices like they do in Florida, and for our Supreme Court, maybe we'll have hearings so that we know exactly who's being appointed, because right now our activist courts are betraying us as Canadians and supplanting Canadian values for their own.